Hey everyone, today I've got the favorite movie review. What do you get when you have royalty drama with a dash of comedy? A movie that could be my favorite? So as far as the story goes, Yorgos Lanthimos directs this period piece movie that is set in the 18th century where there is a war going on between England and France. But nothing stirs the tea more than when you have to do whatever it takes to make the current royal on the throne happy, even in the ailing state that she's in. I was really curious to know what this movie was all about. It's already got 10 nominations to this year's Oscars, so it obviously is something pretty impressive. And when I saw it, I literally didn't know what to expect. It has a young woman that has this chance to work as a maid for the Queen, and it gets turned into what looks to be this fight to know their place among all of the other employees that work at the palace. And like I said, this is a dramatic film. It's also got this comedy that, brings it all together with these ideas of gaining power. And it sometimes is shown in a ridiculous way, especially when certain women of this film, especially the leading ladies, have to do whatever it takes to get attention. They're all sort of going off and doing their own thing, and it just makes for this really interesting yet entertaining film. As far as the casting goes, you've got Olivia Colman, who plays Queen Anne. I liked her a lot in this movie. I think she definitely pulls off the royal lead well, and also considering the fact that she's going to be in The Crown season 3 as Queen Elizabeth, I think that's also proving she's got the acting chops to wear a crown upon her head. And this time she plays this role with some vulnerability because she's ailing. She's always in pain. She's always getting help from Rachel Weisz's character, who plays Lady Sarah, and they always seem to appear to have this interesting relationship on screen, probably more so than I originally thought, which was really surprising to me. I thought that was all done pretty well, and of course I'm a huge fan of Rachel Weisz because she's just been really impressive, and she's also worked with the director on The Lobster as well as Olivia Colman, so I thought that was a pretty nice reunion to see there. And then when you have Emma Stone brought in, who plays Abigail, and she's the maid that also gets to have some encounters with the Queen, I thought it was okay. I definitely felt like there was something going on with her character that just seemed to really have some kind of frustration. I mean, it didn't help when, people were mistreating her, and then Lady Sarah takes her under her wing, and everything's supposed to be cool and calm as a cucumber, but no, things just get crazier from there. And of course, Nicholas Hoult I also love to have in a movie like this as well. So the things that I liked about this movie was obviously right off the bat, seeing that production design, the art direction, and the costume design just really pulled off this period piece very well. And I also really enjoyed the cinematography throughout, and especially when you're constantly seeing the camera following the actors around. I mean, there's just always some movement. There's always some bustling going on in the palace, just looking around their life through a spyglass lens, which I thought was really cool because I did not expect to see that in a movie like this. And despite it sometimes being dizzying to watch, then you've got the music going on, so it makes it even appear more hectic with this royal life and how that can all be, especially with the current state of things that were going on during that time. Whether this is not exactly based off of true events, it's kind of almost an inaccurate way of portraying this time period, but there is some imagery that depicts the savagery of what is supposed to be this prim and proper royal lifestyle, and things are just going on left and right that you really don't expect to see. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that I will admit this movie at times is really boring to watch, and I almost fell asleep watching it, so I kind of feel bad that that happened. But sometimes it was hard to follow what exactly was going on, because there are certain things that are being talked about that I'm just like, what the heck is this? Like something about like a treaty or trades or something going on with different countries and people's relationships with one another. I mean, it was all just sort of like going on in my head. I don't know if that's going to make or break me to want to see it again for a second viewing. So overall, I would say that The Favorite, while it's not my favorite movie of all time, it definitely wouldn't stop me from seeing it again, and I may or may not recommend it because some people might be able to handle a movie like this, unlike me, but I still thought it was at least a very interesting movie nonetheless. So I would give this 3 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of The Favorite, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys later.